Mexican housing industry has successfully reduced the housing deficit over the last decade. The process, however, resulted in arbitrary, chaotic growth that has had a negative impact on people's quality of life. Currently, there is no doubt that Mexico is facing severe problems in urban development, land use planning, environmental protection, and providing housing within a sustainable framework. From being a primarily rural country, Mexico has now become an urban-based society without the required planning. In 2005, nearly 80% of the Mexican population already lived in urban areas, and Mexico City has undergone a transformation from a metropolis to what is considered a megalopolis. The unabated increase in population, the search for cheaper land, and the need for housing have led to the creation of the so-called bedroom suburbs, which, among other adverse effects, forces people with a low income to spend a substantial amount of money on transportation. It is estimated that by the year 2030, the demand for new urban developments will exceed 4,500 square kilometers, a surface area 4 times the size of Hong Kong. On the other hand, it is said that wars in the 21st century will be fought over water. The mean annual rainfall in Mexico will have dropped by at least 10% by 2030. Causing a shortage of water and greater damages to the environment. These trends will only get worse if we do not take action now. Lack of planning. Due to accelerated urban growth and the great demand for housing, insufficient land is available for building new houses with the necessary urban infrastructure and facilities. Deterioration of the environment. Air pollution, deforestation, encroachment on ecological reserves, the scarcity and pollution of water, as well as the emission of carbon dioxide, the main cause of the devastating climate change, are some of the consequences of chaotic urban growth in Mexico. Housing deficit. The dynamic nature of the housing sector has resulted in the building of over 500,000 houses per year in order to counter the historic housing deficit. This rate will likely be maintained over the next few years, causing even greater territorial disorder. Great solutions for great problems. In Mexico, federal, state, and local governments, the development banking sector, as well as housing and land planning, environmental protection, economic development, and energy groups and institutions have joined forces to create a new concept of community living. DUIS, Desarrollos Urbanos Integrales Sustentables, Comprehensive Sustainable Urban Developments. DUIS are considered one of the driving forces behind regional development and the platform for improving the quality of life of Mexican families. This new concept is known as comprehensive because it incorporates all the necessary elements for community life, where everyone lives together in harmony. Housing, places of work, health facilities, business areas, cultural, educational, religious, and sports facilities, security, road connections, transportation, pedestrian zones, cycle tracks, along with other services, are all provided, taking into account their impact on the environment and energy-saving considerations. This group of institutions and organizations has a common purpose: to ensure that the Mexican people can look forward to a brighter future, a sustainable future that contributes real changes and ensures more and better housing in a sustainable environment in the long term. There are 2 types of DUIs. First, new urban developments. These new urban communities generate low carbon emissions, have sufficient infrastructure and facilities to provide their inhabitants with sources of employment, supplies, business, education, entertainment, transportation, and security, all in one place. These communities, respect the environment and their surroundings, their streets once more become a space designed for human activities while highlighting social interaction. And second, reordering of existing urban areas. These are areas that have been rescued within urban communities that over the years have fallen into decay, have been abandoned, or are no longer of any use for social, commercial, and industrial activities. These areas are redesigned, given new usage permits, and are reordered intelligently. The DUIS initiative will bring about major changes in urban development and place Mexico within a select group of countries striving to achieve successful sustainability. DUIS create a number of major benefits at all levels. For the community in general, access to housing that offers community areas, facilities, and infrastructure at competitive prices and accessible financing packages. Proximity to sources of employment, businesses, health centers, schools, and recreational facilities. Large green areas that help to preserve the environment, and improved community spirit. For state and local governments, aid from the federal government for building infrastructure and providing urban facilities. Greater efficiency in land planning that will result in better administration of payment of services, garbage collection, security, transportation, and other services. A greater sense of living in a community, therefore less crime. Protecting the environment and better use of natural resources. For land and housing developers, legally secure projects. Support for urbanization, infrastructure and building provided by public and private sectors, financing and guarantees of the federal government. And for local and foreign investors, financial brokers and retirement savings funds, less risks and lower costs with the option of an improved return on investment. Long-term investment packages according to your needs. Greater peace of mind when you invest, with a better guarantee to back up your capital. Therefore, we would like to invite you to become a part of this important project aimed at providing Mexicans with more and better housing that is properly planned and has all the needed infrastructure and facilities and the means to boost employment and commerce, protect the environment, and provide a better quality of life. This is now possible thanks to Comprehensive Sustainable Urban Developments, DUIS. The quality of our cities and communities will define the quality of our citizens. If you wish to receive the DUIS certification and be entitled to the incentive package, you must follow the procedures and guidelines and meet the eligibility requirements established by the DUIS Assessment and Promotion Group. For further information, please contact the DUIS Assessment and Promotion Group.